Hey guys, how you guys doing on this Sunday after the game? Well, before the next one starts. So I kind of wanted to get a blog in for you guys before I go back to watching the game. And I was a little bummed out because I was hoping that my mobile bracket for my tripod would have came in already. But it hasn't. I actually currently like filming from the Galaxy S2. I think I get better video quality out of this camera than most of my other cameras, including my laptop. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's kind of like piqued my interest so far lately as of reading a lot about this on my spare time. And as the title ensues, that is Cyanogen a threat to Android? Now, if you don't know what Cyanogen is, you can pretty much Google them, and you'll find out that Cyanogen is in fact the creators of Cyanogen Mod, a custom ROM that is built off vanilla Android, given its own features that are thought to be either good or best for consumers. Now, a lot of people in the mobile tech world who like to modify their Android device pretty much knows what Cyanogen Mod is and knows of the company Cyanogen. Cyanogen is a world popular custom ROM that you can get for your Android device, and quite frankly the top notch right now. And I was reading an article 3 days ago, and it was talking about that there was some sort of deal in place, or a deal that was wanting to happen, of Google wanting to acquire Cyanogen. However, the deal did not go through, and from what I read on Droid Life, that Cyanogen actually turned down the deal after meeting with, I guess he's like the head of Android and Chrome. Forgot his name. Bad on me. But anyways, he went to meet with the guys with Cyanogen. They turned the deal down. And of course, Cyanogen is trying, with their Series C, is trying to get a valuation of $1 billion. Now, Cyanogen has said to their investors that they have a deal set with Micromax, which is, if you guys don't know, is the company that's pretty much housing Android One in India. So Cyanogen has a deal set in place to release their version of Android, which is Cyanogen Mod, on top of Micromax hardwares to be in India. And it's starting to look like Cyanogen might be a threat to Android for some people. Now, you could always factor in that, of course, they are building a custom ROM based off Android and adding in their own spin to it. And most people out there who modify their Android device prefer to use Cyanogen Mod over a lot of different types out there, like AOKP and Paranoid Android, Pac-Man ROM, all those out there. They would rather use Cyanogen Mod. For me personally, I don't really think so much of it as being a threat, because at the end of the day, Cyanogen gets their sources from Google. That's basically what they do. It's like they take, it's pretty much like what HTC and what Samsung has done over the years, which is take Android and put their own little spin on it. You have HTC, they put Sense on top of it. You have Samsung, they put TouchWiz on top of it. And even Samsung is, trying to push their own thing with Tizen, which is seriously flopping. I don't really see Tizen actually making a dent here in the US. And in other countries they might actually like it, but here Tizen is just, people are just going to look at it as TouchWiz. They're not even going to accept it for what it is. It's its own operating system, Tizen. They're always going to think of it as TouchWiz. So, with Cyanogen trying to push forward and trying to make deals, especially with Micromax in India, and trying to get their operating system of Cyanogen Mod on top of hardware to be pushed out in India, where it's known that Google is already providing Android One, which is supposed to provide a more affordable smartphone to be pushed out in India, because India is a huge market for Google to acquire if, well, not if, but if when Android One takes off and does really good out there. So for Cyanogen Mod to actually get the same deal with, as Google has with Micromax and other hardware carriers out there to actually house their software and sell it, it can, if they're thinking that it can get people more over towards Cyanogen Mod, of course it will. But of course, people who are not, savvy in this field of mobile technology, they're not really going to care like if in fact it's Cyanogen mod. What they're really going to look at is just how well it performs. And then at the end of the day, in layman's terms, they're just Androids. So it doesn't matter if you were running an HTC device, if you're running a Samsung device, if you're running a device that's running Cyanogen mod. The layman's term that's going to flip out of everybody's mouth is Android. So so really the Cyanogen, do people think that Cyanogen can really make a dent like that to actually take away from Google and its Android operating system? I don't think so, especially when Cyanogen mod is actually using sources from Google to actually make its operating system go. Because it's not really an operating system that's standalone, built solely by the minds of the developers at Cyanogen, but basically they just take Android and do their own little spin on it. So it's not so far different from Android. Android is still the seed in the soil, and as long as Android's still the seed in the soil, we have different things popping up in the branches of this great tree, but Android will always remain the seed, in my opinion. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you guys think Cyanogen is a threat? Do you think that Google should push harder to acquire Cyanogen into Google, or do you think that because Cyanogen had turned away the deal, that okay, that's it, best at what it is, and just let it be? Would love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Also, before I end this video, I've always been trying to get my blogger going, and I think my mind just races in a million different directions. So I do have a blogger, deleted a bunch of past posts on there and just restarted from scratch. I'm going to be typing, blogging on it every day. If you guys want to read it, link in the description of this video, but basically it's alohaandroid.blogspot.com as for the name of the channel and for the Google Plus page. So everything is just pretty much now branded the way that I want it branded, and hopefully this kicks off. So yeah, please leave your comments in the comments of this video about the topic, and I would love to read you guys' comments. And yeah, thanks for watching.